Thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. And I want to say happy birthday to a couple people up in New England. Happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to my ex girlfriend. She's watching this. Happy birthday to you. And I hope your birthday was good. Anyways, this is the story. Uh, hey guys, Elvin and Dakota. Hello. This is the story of the Amtrak P030 incident. I think everyone should know exactly what happened in my perspective. I was on Fox 5 News. I was interviewed 5 times. Wow, we have so many fucking people on here. Hi. Yeah, thank you. Oh shit, we got like 8 people on. Anyways, this is the story of the guy getting hit. Homicide just called me not long ago and gave me the name. His name was Dwight Nathaniel Demar. He was at age 67 and he died DOI, which means died on impact, of Amtrak's P030-22, who was running 2.5 hours late from Chicago to Washington, D.C. The incident happened at the Gaithersburg, Maryland MARC train station, track 1, at the east side of the platform. The train was coming, and about 15 minutes before, I saw Dwight walking up and down the platform a bit. And then, hi Patrick. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate that. I got 3 likes. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. And I saw him walk up and down the platform. And then at approximately 1:50, the defect detector goes off, and I start recording. And then the gates start going down, and I don't look at Dwight anymore because I'm taking pictures with my camera here, my Coolplex B500 by Nikon, which is actually an awesome camera. I love it. And the next thing you know, the train comes, and the locomotives pass me, and then in the corner of my eye, the name was Dwight Nathaniel Demar. It's in the description down below. In the description down below, I did release the name. No, no, it wasn't just injuries. He died. So on with the story. The locomotive passed me. I heard a bang sound, like something hit the locomotive. I look in the corner of my eye, and I see what looks to be a body flying. Now, of course, if you stand up too quickly, and or if you like move your eyes too fast, sometimes you see like little dots in your eyes because you move too fast. But when I fully turned around, I saw a boot flying, and I didn't think of it for a second. And then, as the second to the last car passed me, the emergency brakes kick in, and I yelled, "He went to emergency, went to emergency." And then I hear on my radio, "Emergency, emergency, emergency! Amtrak 30 we just hit someone at Gaithersburg at Summit Avenue." And so I yelled back to Philip and all of them to make sure they understand that he went to emergency. And then I didn't quite understood what happened. But then the guy you'd see in my video, his name is what's his name? Fred. Uh, I'll get to it in a second, Patrick. Um, but the guy named Fred waves his arm and points at the body. Now I didn't know exactly what he was pointing at, but I realized that the train did hit someone. I stopped recording. I left my gear with. Thank you, Nova Ruffin. That's the guy who was hit by the train. Um, I left my stuff with Philip, and I ran down to the end of the platform. And I'm looking. I see his boot, and then uh, I turned the corner in the bushes, and there he was. Um, as everybody was slowly walking towards, I ran down there as soon as I could. I look at him for a second, and I said, "Sir, you okay? Sir, sir, are you awake? Are you awake?" I get closer to him, and there's no response. The scene I saw was just unbelievable. And no disrespect, please. This is out of no disrespect. This is literally what it looked like because my friend is in drama in high school. It looked like a mannequin. It looked like it looked like something that a doctor or nurse would practice on for surgery. That's all I'm going to give away, because I've wow 9 viewers. Thank you guys for joining in. Um, and the sight was just unbearable, and I was I looked. I yelled at him. I didn't even touch him because I knew he was probably dead. And then when I turned and I looked at his face, his eyes were wide open and his mouth was kind of open as well. Um, and he wasn't moving. So I called 911 and confirmed he was dead at 1:51 p.m. when Amtrak 30 came through and hit him. Uh, Actually, there was no blood. The train was going so fast that it kind of almost split him into clean. Um, that's all I'm gonna leave out. But like it was just a disgusting sight, and that's just only like 10% of what I saw. And there was no blood at all. And so I did the only thing I could as an adult, and I called 911. I gave him my information. I said that there's a guy on and there's a guy. I told him that I was on track one at Gaithersburg Mark train station. I'm at the east end of the platform by the B&O Bud car, and a person just got hit by Amtrak 30. And all right, all right, man. I'll talk to you later, Cameron. But yeah, so. And I called and randomly an undercover officer came. Is like in the middle of the call. And he comes over and I say, "What happened? Is everything okay?" I said, "Someone just got hit by a train," and he stopped his car, rushed out, ran across the tracks, and looked at him, and yeah, yeah. So, and sorry, I'm reading y'all's comments and trying to talk at the same time. Yeah, I don't mean to make y'all cry, but there is a huge lesson in this. Uh, And so I could do nothing else but look at him. Everyone started coming. 911 was like, "You're right, you're right." I said, "Yeah, I'm completely fine. I'm fine. And, I'm not shocked by that. I'm just shocked that this actually happened. Because that's not what I was expecting, especially on my 18th birthday. That's not something that happens. But it was, I believe, it was a test of some sort to test that. I was like, yeah, the sight I saw was horrific. As a matter of fact, I was just about to go to the pizza place after Amtrak because I was very hungry. And after I saw that, I lost my appetite for the rest of the day. So, yep, it was my birthday yesterday, January 23rd, 2018. I turned 18 years old, and I tried to help him out. And I feel really bad. I'm not going to cry or anything like that, so I'm fine. Uh, I feel really bad. I feel this is kind of my fault. Um, because my plan was to go all the way down to the end of the platform. And thank you guys. I appreciate that. And my original plan was to go to the end of the platform and film Amtrak there, coming all the way down Gaithersburg, because that's where that curve begins. And if I was there, I could have yelled at the guy to get out of the way. I wouldn't even have enough time to push him out of the way and save us both. Um, but unfortunately, I didn't do that, and I feel really terrible. And next time I go down the Gaithersburg, I'm going to go exactly right where he was hit. I'm going to film it, and I'm going to place flowers. I'm going to place two flowers, one where he was hit, and then one where I saw him. And I feel like this is somehow my fault, you know. But as an adult, and as a new adult, a learning adult, a now adult to begin a new life, I could have done more, but yeah, but I like I said, I've seen complete worse, but this after trying to do something on my birthday, it was just completely yeah, like after being in the hospital so many times, seeing what I've been seeing, yeah. So, so I was there. Philip Lee was there. Startar was there. Uh, so yeah, but yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate that, but I still feel like it was my fault, and yeah. So yeah. But first, when he went to the emergency the first time, I thought I didn't hear him say emergency, 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 and I thought it was my fault he went to emergency because I was a little bit too close to the train filming myself, as you saw in my video. I was a little bit too close, and I shouldn't have been that close. I was being ignorant and was trying to get some footage, so that's personally my fault. But when he hit the emergency brakes, I freaked out because at first I thought it was my fault, and then when Fred was waving his arms and pointing, that's when I realized. And then Amtrak said he hit someone. That's when I was like, oh God, someone was actually hit. Where is he? And that's when Fred was pointing to the body. And that's when I stopped recording and just rushed down there as fast as I could. It was too late. He definitely died on impact. That train, I don't care what anyone else says. I know how to clock trains using my head and the calculations and my ears when the wheels pass at certain speeds of the car lengths. He was doing 75 miles an hour. I don't care if his signal at Ward was approach limited. He was still doing 75 miles an hour. They don't slow down all the way until they get about a mile or a mile and a half away from their next control point signal, or their at least next signal. So I believe that's where he was beginning to slow down, but he was still going full speed. Because I know what 75 miles an hour sounds like, and that was exactly it. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, it cost the man's life. It was Mr. Dwight Nathaniel Demar. Exactly. This is what this video is. This is a lesson to everybody that trains are just important as anything else. I don't care what anyone says. And yes, there's also a sick person on that train, but there's already paramedics on the scene after they hit the man and the train was in emergency. The paramedics came from Rockville. And then, okay, so, and then, yeah, so the paramedics came, and then, yeah. But the lesson is here. Trains are just as important as anything else. I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter if the railroad tracks look old or new. If you're not a rail fan expert, like any other rail fan here, like me, who actually studies railroads, knows his line, knows where he's filming at, and knows all the trains and knows a lot of the crew, then you need to stop, you need to look, and you need to listen for any trains. If there's nothing coming, then quickly cross the tracks. If there's a problem, with any signaling or anything like that, any of the gate malfunctions or anything like that, there's always a sign where you could call CSX or any rail line, or where it says there's a phone number. It says call malfunctioning, call this problem, and this and that, or call 911. If something like that happens, um, it can it can save your life, and it can save other people's lives. And a lot of people hate us rail fanners because we yell at them when they cross tracks and also, especially down in Gaithersburg. If you live in Gaithersburg and you watch this and you have, well, I'm very sorry to hear about that. And please tell their family to watch this. I was the first one to see him, and I'm glad I'm glad they identified him because yeah, I want to know who that was and pay my respects to him. So, Dwight Nathaniel Demar, age 67, died at 1:51 p.m. on impact of Amtrak P030. The locomotive 162 is Amtrak 30-22. May Dwight rest in peace. Um, but yeah, if you live in Gaithersburg, do not cross those tracks unless there's no train coming and you're crossing where it is safe to cross at a railroad crossing, at a crosswalk after you've looked both ways and you heard there's any trains coming. Because when Dwight he crossed over where he was supposed to, but the gates were blaring and we were all yelling track numbers and all that stuff. And I don't know if he was deaf or not. Uh, uh, Consolidated Rail Corporation. You know him, so it is he deaf? Uh, Yeah. Was he deaf at all, or like anywhere near, or was he like very distracted, or what was? Everyone, he was not deaf. Okay. Did he seem weird? Like everyone says it was suicide. I'm very sure it's not suicide. He was very distracted. He was on his cell phone. I saw him with a cell phone. Okay. Um, yeah. See, guys. I'm still puzzled by this. He's very happy. All right. So that concludes it right there. Unconsolidated Rail Corporation. He was distracted. Yeah. No, he did. He did not have earbuds in. I saw him. He did not have earbuds with him. So no earbuds. But let this be a lesson to everybody. Um, and may Dwight be in a better place now. Where yeah, there's nothing more I can say about this. I need to share my experience with everybody. And let everyone know trains are deadly. They cannot stop on a dime, and just like a car can. Um, no, his foot was not caught in the tracks. He did not pay attention to the train, and then according to the station CCTV camera, which I saw by a police department because I asked to view the footage because I wanted to see if he was on his phone or not. Because I was first witness. Um, actually, Fred was first witness. I was first on scene. Yeah, I think he was trying to beat the train. Was what was happening. But he was walking up and down the platform a lot. I did notice that, and then I guess he was trying to just cross the train, or cross the tracks. But yeah, yeah. To Dwight's family, to the Demar family of Dwight Nathaniel Demar of age 67, I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm very sorry I couldn't have prevented him from crossing the tracks. I should have gone down to the end of the platform when I didn't. And I could have prevented his life, but unfortunately I didn't. I tried all I can to see. Uh, yeah. Yeah, and people still do it, and it really makes me upset. And as an adult now, it is my responsibility as an American citizen to help other American citizens. And those of you who are adults as well as me, or even children, you know, who know about this stuff and now know the story of what I've been through. Philip told him what he's been through. I don't know what Tony has yet. He posted about it on Facebook. Um, but trains are dangerous. And if you don't know what you're doing, you will end up like Mr. Dwight Nathaniel Demar, um, who showed what happens when you try to beat the train and you don't and you're distracted around the tracks. And I don't mean any disrespect, but I feel what he did or what he did was an example of what will happen eventually. And unfortunately, it took this man's life. And according to uh, Consolidated Rail Corporation, he was a good man. This was not suicide at all. He did love his phone, according to him. Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's not fun to see this stuff at all. I didn't even want to deal with it. But as an American citizen and as an adult, it's my duty to help others around as much as everyone else. It's one of those respect things. I respect you. You respect me. Um, you know, and I try to come down as fast as I can, but I couldn't save his life. You know, there's nothing else I can do. And unfortunately, I should have been down at the end of the platform. Um, Fred was there. I don't know what Fred did. He did take pictures moments, like maybe 5 milliseconds before the guy got hit. Uh, I was in shock. I was in disbelief. I didn't know what happened because I thought they were talking to me. That thought they hit me, and I was already rushing down to them. But then when they said they just hit a person, I'm like, oh shoot! And that's where I walked down. I actually ran down. Then I saw his boot, and then I saw his body. Um, But yeah, let this be a lesson to everybody. Trains are really dangerous, and when you see tracks, you need to think train. And this is a video I hope to never ever do about an experience like this. I mean, a couple of my teachers felt so bad for me that they just, for example, in English, my teacher, we were presenting uh, essays, and I was going to do mine today. But because of what happened, he was really nice enough to let me do it on Friday instead. I would have done it today, but he told me not to. But instead, he said to pull up the Fox 5 video. At least, it'll make me feel better because I got in the news on my birthday, which was cool, but for the wrong reason. But I will admit, it was still cool. I did have a good birthday, though, other than I tried to save a man's life and failed. I did raise awareness, as I am now. Again, when you see tracks, think trains. And then I did catch Foreign Power. I caught Union Pacifics before, and then Norfolk Southern after. And then I caught him again when I went back to Brunswick. And then I really didn't want to stay for Amtrak 29. Oh, speaking of, Mark P030-22 yesterday when I was boarding him to go home, went into emergency at Washington Grove because another dumb fuck idiot jumped in front of him to try to beat the train. That really pisses me off. No matter what, if you think you're going to win, eventually you're going to lose. And the train will, it will get you. And 873, I don't even think he stopped at Washington Grove. Let me see, 873, 873. 873 doesn't even stop at Washington Grove. So he was going 79 miles an hour through Washington Grove, right at the slowdown point. So he could have easily hit another person. And the engineers on Amtrak saw it happen where Mark went into emergency. And then we were about 20 minutes, or 10 to 20 minutes coming back into Brunswick. And I did catch 29. When I saw 29, I had flashbacks of the man getting hit on 30. And I was going to stay for like another train when it called that had a CP on it. But I said, you know what, I had enough of today. I had enough of trains for a while. And so I packed my shit up and I went home. I'm currently working on my BWI video. Sorry, everything's late. I'm fine. I'm not one of those, oh, I'm scarred for life, kids. I'm still, figuring things out. And I'm still a little bit shocked. I'm still in shock. And that's not going to change at all. I'm still in shock. So, thank you, Nova Fan. I appreciate that. I definitely try. So, unfortunately, I am. Well, those of you who are New England Rail fans, I will be coming up to Massachusetts this weekend. I am going to the Big E Train Show. Flight is booked, ready to go. Flight 3813 to Providence from Reagan, and then a 751 back on Monday. I'm leaving Saturday afternoon with G-Man's boss, and we'll be up there with our family, enjoying that day. And then all day Sunday, we're going to go to the train show. And then, depending on how I feel, we'll probably go to Palmer. Just, as long as no one's being stupid, please, because I've seen enough after yesterday. But that's something someone like me, especially who just turned an adult, shouldn't have to deal with. That's all I can say. Thank you guys for your love. Thank you guys for your support. I love you all, you guys. Thank you so much for your subscriptions. According to Phil Blee, I gained 3. Let me check that out and see if it's true or not. If it is, thank you. I thank you so much. Let's see if we can get to 200 by the end of January. And I'll post a 200th special. I'll post 200 special, and I'm going to do. It's going to be like an Amtrak event. So like every moment on Amtrak of 2017, early 2018. Let's see. That's right. My channel updated. So. 157. Yeah, I think so. That's what it's showing, but sometimes it's wrong. 157 subscribers. Yep. So yeah. Thank you guys so much. That really means a lot to me. Thank you guys for your love, support. And yeah, I gotta do some tennis stuff. I'm gonna get some Chinese food. I'm starting to eat better. After that, the incident, I was really not hungry at all. Uh, yeah, maybe I'll go roughing next weekend when I get back. I'll see what goes on. But for right now, I'm going to try to take it easy. What is? Oh, sorry, my some patches bother me. Um, so this weekend is the Biggie Train show. I will be going Sunday. I don't know if I'll be going Palmer yet. Let me see how I feel, and then I'll give it a shot. I mean, the worst that can happen is I'll be inside, and then if something, happens, I won't see it. So, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for all your love support. Thank you all for all the birthday wishes. I do appreciate that. Other than that incident, I had a really good birthday celebrating with Star Tart, YT Hub, a.k.a. Tony, Fred, and all the old rail fanners coming out. It was enjoyable. And thank you so much to Philip Lee, who was there for me 100% at the time. And hopefully I will be. Okay, Pat, I'll call you after the stream. Um, And right now I'm trying to watch America's Funniest Home Videos, trying to relax, calm down, and yeah. Oh. So I just fell off the bed, and yeah, I'm trying to this is the day. What if so? I think it's Harry Truman who said this. Who I wonder who's the president during the bombing Pearl Harbor? Was that Harry Truman? I think it was. It was the president that said Pearl Harbor say, "Today is a day we live uh, in free." All right, Sheena Shanks, you have a good one. A day we live in infamy. That's me. So yesterday is a day that I will live for the rest of my life in infamy. Which meaning a day you will never forget. So yeah, yesterday is definitely a day I'll never forget, especially on my 18th birthday. Um, and yeah, good luck, Birdie, on your tests. And got a couple myself tomorrow, and then I gotta get my stuff done. I'm not doing well in government right now. I'm not doing well at all right now in school. Just telling everybody about that because I was so disoriented. Yeah. Like I said, this my streams are recorded unless I manually delete them. So this will be recorded, put up. Uh, but like I said, this is a day that I will never forget for the rest of my life. Well, good, Birdie. I'm glad you got an A. Yep, I'm glad you got A's. I got A's and B's. And I'm failing government right now, but my teacher's not in, so he can't put in grades. But I'm doing all I can to put in a last minute grade so I get going for Massachusetts the Biggie Train Show. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, let this be a lesson, everyone. When you see tracks, think train. Don't ever cross tracks without stopping, looking, and listening. If the gates go down, do not beat the train. If you hear a train, don't cross those tracks unless you know for sure there's no train coming and you see no train coming or you don't hear it. And yeah, hopefully we can. So now I'm going to work on a project for MTA and Amtrak to prevent this from happening again. Uh, and that is to put advanced warning systems for trains, just like they have at MBTA in Massachusetts, where they have the guy goes, "Train approaching. Please remain behind yellow line." Or New Jersey Transit, where you have the loud alarm. I was thinking of having a combination of both, so that when no one crosses those tracks. And yeah, and I want in Gaithersburg, I want to put up fencing all along the tracks, so that when no one crosses those tracks, and then at the platforms, put fencing in the middle of the tracks, and only at the crosswalks, and then put gates and lights at the crosswalk, so people know not to cross them at all to prevent. Uh, yeah. Um, Amtrak was delayed for another 2 or 3 hours coming in because he was at Gaithersburg for 2 hours after the incident, um, and he was already 2.5 hours. So Uh, so he was at least 3 or 4 hours late coming into DC. Um, and yeah, that's all I can say. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get some Chinese food. Get some soup. To, try to take my mind off it. Watch American Swim videos. Patrick, I will call you. I couldn't do CPR. I mean, honestly, the way he was, I looked at him. I went over and I said, "You okay? You okay? You okay?" He was just lifeless. He was gone. Like as soon as I saw him, I knew he's dead. You know, he wasn't breathing. He wasn't moving. Um, so yeah, he was gone. So I wish I could have saved his life, and I could have too if I was sticking my plane go all the way down the platform to catch that angle. I could have prevented his life to be lost. Yeah, it's sad, but and it's a day I'll never forget, especially on my 18th birthday, which is the day I occurred. You know, but this was a test, in my opinion, to prove how adult or how to be an adult, and I think I passed that. I did what I need to do. I did what I was supposed to do, and hopefully I did everything right. If I did anything wrong, please let me know so I can correct myself and help myself to prevent it from the future. Yeah, I wrote down from what Homicide told me. Um, so rest in peace, Dwight Nathaniel Demar, who's at 67 years old and died at 1:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and he was hit by a locomotive 162 leading at the second crosswalk from Summit Avenue in Gaithersburg, Maryland, by Amtrak P030 number 20 Amtrak P030-22 eastbound track number 1. Now I'm thinking if Amtrak ran on track 2, he would have been saved because the guy got hit squared on track 1, and Amtrak was on track. If Amtrak was on track 2, he would have been fine. But because D765 was already blocking that track at the time, yeah. I called 911 as soon as when I figured out he wasn't moving. That was like 5 minutes after I was looking about it. It was like, so you okay, okay. Actually, it wasn't 5 minutes. It was like maybe 2 minutes. I said, all right, he's dead. So I'm calling 911. So, but yeah, I did everything I could, and unfortunately, I couldn't save his life. So that's unfortunate. It's a day I'll never forget. So yeah. So I was approached by 5 different news people. Fox 5 is the one I saw myself on. Um, Another one I have to look up is DC. I think it's DCW 50. Um, that I was Tony and I were actually both interviewed on. So yeah. Um, yeah, that's all I gotta say for now. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to my story. I talked to many police people, and I talked to 3 homicide detectives, and I talked to about 10 police officers, 2 MTA crews, and 5 CSX employees, um, and both Amtrak conductors on that, and yeah, and a 911 operator. So, and the museum owner, who's there too. So I talked to everybody. And I give everyone my information because I was a witness. So yeah, the investigation took about 2 hours before Amtrak 30 was rolling again, and yeah. So all right, so that's all I'm going to answer for now because I'm going to try to take my mind off it. I'm still in shock. This is something I'm not going to recover for easily. This is going to take a while, and hopefully I'll be back up and really real fanning. There was no recrew. It was the same crew. It continued because the next station was Rockville, and then DC, and then that was it. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to my story, and pass this on to people you know, especially those who's been through the same thing as I have. So yeah. That's all I'm going to answer for now. I'm going to go relax. I'm going to call Patrick, see what he wants. And yeah, thank you guys for listening to my story. Remember, when you see tracks, always think train. Thank you guys so much for watching. Pat, I'll give you a call when I'm done when I hang up. I'm going to try to enjoy my evening and get some stuff done. So yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Trainix Productions. I got nothing else to say. This is Trainix Productions saying, when you see tracks, think train. Have a good evening, everybody.